volunteers?
Wait, we're going to talk about it first.
All right.
Never mind.
Not yet.
Okay, so we read the book Dracula, which is a really old book written by Bram Stoker, and it's obviously about a vampire named Dracula. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The book is about Jonathan, or a guy named Jonathan. Well, the beginning of the book is about a guy named Jonathan who goes to Count Dracula's house because he is trying to sell him a new house in somewhere else. And so what happens is he goes to Dracula's house and he stays there for a little while to settle everything that needs to happen for him to buy his house. And so then Dracula traps him there, and he won't really let him leave, and so he's kept as his prisoner. And in that whole process, he finds out that Dracula is a vampire.
So throughout the series of the book, we start looking into different people's journals and viewpoints of what's happening around and what is being affected by when Dracula actually comes to London or for England and stuff. And you start meeting the characters Mina and Lucy and Van Helsing and a whole bunch of other ones, and you start seeing how their viewpoints start coming together, making into one story. And it's really just on them finding things out. Okay, and as the story progressed, more things start happening to them. Lucy ends up becoming a vampire because of Dracula, and then Renfield, who is an insane person from an insane asylum, he starts actually getting controlled by Dracula, almost being hypnotized and stuff, and becomes his slave practically. And it's just this really intense story.
The story comes to an end with the whole crew kind of gets together, and the crew consists of Jonathan and Mina, and then Dr. Van Helsing, who owns the insane asylum, and then Dr. Seward, and Quincy Morris, and then, I can't remember his name, but he was going to get married to Lucy, who died earlier. And so they kind of start figuring out, putting together where Dracula is and what he's up to, and they realize that he has these boxes of earth that he needs to sustain himself, and so they start finding them and start destroying them. And so then they realize that Dracula is going back to Transylvania, so they kind of put their ideas together and track him down, and towards the end of the story they end up killing him and everything is good. So we've put together a game here for you guys, and you're going to have to try to find objects in our box of dirt. And the objects you'll be looking for are a journal, and the significance of that is the whole story is told through journal entries, so we get different points of view. And then you're going to find a piece of garlic, because that's used to keep Dracula and other vampires away. And then spiders, because Renfield has this idea in his head that if he feeds life to other lives, he can try to consume as many lives as possible, if that makes sense.
Okay, and then the other ones that you're going to find is the coins, which Dracula needs to get back home when he starts realizing that if he doesn't make it back, he's going to be trapped and he's done for. And then there's the holy water, which is holy water keeps him away. It burns them. It's bad for vampires. It's not good. And then there's the wolf, which Dracula has powers to control wolves and also take the form.
A few other things are the communion wafer, which is also used to keep Dracula and other vampires away. The boat, which is what Dracula uses to travel to and from Transylvania. And wooden stakes, which are used to kill vampires. And also the dirt represents the earth that Dracula needed to sleep and live in.
Okay, so we'll take 2 volunteers, and you're gonna see who can find all 8 objects. 8 objects the fastest. So come on, 2 people. Mark,
Come on, 7th graders.
let's go. We don't bite.
Spence?
No.
Get up here, Spence.
Let's go. Alright, and you have to use these to dig them out. You can use your hands to find them, but you have to use the wooden stakes to take them out of the box. And whoever finds the most wins.
What? You just gotta find everything. I mean, don't
Right
pick
now?
up dirt. When you
Okay, ready, set, go.
Let's go.
Alright, and just set them on the desk.
Yep. Everything in there is something. And then Gavin, you can probably stop recording at this point, just so it's easier to send.